Hey folks, welcome to the Propelio Academy Insurance Course. I'm James Jenkins, your host for our festivities. This is lucky number 13, the final episode in the course. This is all about selecting the right insurance advisor. And no, I'm not going to take the easy way out and just say, hi, I'm the right insurance advisor, pick me. Because let's be real, there's quite a few great insurance people that are associated with the local investor community, the group on Facebook, and right here with Propelio. So I'm not the only good one. There are a few other great ones as well. And so let's look at exactly what you should look for when you are selecting who you choose to work for as an insurance advisor. And the more questions that person asks at the beginning of the conversation, the better. We call it our discovery process. We have the form that's filled out like you will get with just about anybody. But generally speaking, the more questions that your agent or broker asks you, the better they will understand your unique situation, which means you're going to get better advice on the other end of the process. Some things that you want to do on your own, and this is going to take a little bit of legwork, but it will definitely pay off. You're going to want to interview that agent or broker about their own experience and specific knowledge of topics that matter to you. If they cannot demonstrate their competence on the issues that matter to real estate investors, then in my opinion, they have no business working with a real estate investor. And the thing that a lot of agents won't want to admit is most of your Main Street home and auto and term life agents have no business talking to real estate investors because the needs of investors are very different than the needs of people who just own a house and drive a car to work. The investor community is a pretty eclectic bunch. I think we can all agree there. And there's very significant differences in coverage as we have just spent the last 13 episodes talking about. So you're going to want to look for an agent or broker who can demonstrate their understanding of topics like risk transfer, cause of loss forms, policy terms, definitions, exclusions, available endorsements, admitted versus surplus, and all the different things we've talked about in the last 13 episodes. If they can't show you and give you peace of mind that they are going to be an outstanding advisor and advocate for your needs, then you need to kick them to the curb faster than they can say ouch. So think big picture, think after the sale. Don't get so focused on rate and terms that you don't see the bigger picture. What does their team look like? What does their office, their staff look like? What sorts of technology and resources do they leverage for your behalf? What efforts have they made to improve your client experience? How easy is it to get something from them? A certificate, a change on a policy, an auto ID card, add a driver on your commercial fleet, change the restrictions and class codes on your general liability policy or work comp. How easy are they to work with, and how smart and savvy are they with technology? Because there's some pretty cool things we're doing. And I know a lot of the people in the investor community that are insurance professionals. We're doing some pretty cool things that haven't been possible within the last year or two. So make sure that the person or the team that you select has demonstrated to you their commitment to giving you an outstanding client experience long after the sale. Because as an investor, once you pick an insurance person, you probably want to stay with them until they give you a reason to not stay with them, like not answering the phone or not giving you a quote when you need one, or if you have a bad claim because the agent had no idea what they were doing, and then you learn the hard way after the fact. Some things that are going to drive you crazy down the line, and you need to be asking yourself these questions before you select that insurance person, is going to be unresponsive service. You can't get advice on a claim. The person you're working with doesn't have a thorough understanding of the moving parts, the ins and outs of your policy, and that means they can't give you good advice on it. So if they don't know how coverage applies, then how are they going to be able to help you with your claim situation? That is a very important question to ask yourself before you select them. Because let's be real, as an investor, once you select that insurance provider, you're not going back to Facebook and the real estate investment group and asking for other insurance people unless that person gives you a reason to. Like, hey, my claim didn't get paid out, or I can never get a hold of that person. Generally speaking, and I know I'm going to tick some people off with this, but I just got to be real with you because I spent 6 years as a farmer's agent, and 4.5 of those years I had no business writing for real estate investors. The last 1.5 years of that time is really when I got connected with Propelio and the people on Facebook and whatnot. So I can say with certainty that the general captive agent, your Main Street insurance person, your State Farm and Allstate and Farmers and whatnot, they're not set up to serve most real estate investors. Certainly not with the weird stuff. If you're in multifamily, or I shouldn't say weird, just more complex. If you're in 5 or more units of multifamily, if you've got an owner finance deal, if you've got a portfolio that you need covered, if it's anything other than your run-of-the-mill landlord policy or a one-off builder's risk policy, you're probably better working with an independent broker who has an open access to the market and can demonstrate a better understanding of all of the options that we've talked about in these 13 episodes. So that's really a little bit of soapbox here to end these 13 episodes, but I want to make very sure that you know exactly what to look for when you are selecting that person who's going to be advising on your behalf and advocating for when something goes sideways. And if you have questions about how to select a great agent or broker, I would love to talk with you further about that. And it might very well be that I'm not the right fit, but like I said, there are lots of other good agents and brokers that are connected with the Propelio and the real estate investment community. So if you have questions and like to talk further, you can visit my website at jjairm.com/consultation. You can book your no cost, no pressure, no sales pitch conversation with me. Just useful info. And that is the end of our 13-part series in the Propelio Academy, the insurance course. If you have questions about any of this stuff, you can use that link that we just threw up there just a second ago. And there are 13 episodes in total. Make sure you see all of them to get all the great information provided by the wonderful folks at Propelio. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon, you guys.